I wanted to put together a minimal set of gear that I can use for bird watching and photography. So I came up with these choices. Number one is I'm a bird watcher, so I need binoculars, 10 by 30s these are. That's the minimum that I use, and I prefer it. The binoculars weigh 1.8 pounds. I do have a lighter pair of binoculars, which are 1025s, which I could get away with, and those are 8 ounces. So that's fairly lightweight. I take these when I can, shorter walks. The whole idea here is I want something that I can walk around with and set up quickly and take my photographs and move on. So the bins are 1.8 pounds. The camera, which is a Canon SX730, this thing's a screamer. Really hard to use for what I'm using it for bird watching, for a good distance. 1000mm lens. It's quite impressive. It's good for taking photographs for bird identification. I wouldn't call these art photographs. Then again, I don't want to spend $15,000 for a 1000mm lens that weighs about 20 pounds. This camera, the case which I'm using, the camera case, which has 2 batteries in it and a strap for my neck, that weighs 14 ounces, so that's pretty lightweight. Then a key piece of equipment is you need a good tripod. When you're doing long telephoto photography, you really need a stable tripod. And the slightest movement of the head, I prefer a pan head to a ball head at those distances, because the slightest movement will create tremendous shake. The tripod is a key piece of gear. And what I settled on was this recent acquisition. I got it Friday. Today is Sunday. I've only used it for a couple of days. It's a Vanguard VE02. Let me see if I have the model. I don't. It's a VE02 235 PH with pan head rather than a ball head. The way you're looking at it, weighs 3 pounds 4 ounces. And that's a bit heavy, but I have lighter tripods, but they're just not stable enough for this camera. It's just simply, when you're reaching out that far, the slightest motion is going to give it to you. So this thing, initially I can't say that I was warm to it, but I have warmed up since. Using it in the field, I've warmed up to this tripod. So since you can have the best camera in the world, if you have a good tripod, you're not going to get a good photograph. So the first thing is the case. It's a little bit of an oddball, the case. It's small. It's only about 15 or 17 inches long, the whole thing. It's a compact piece. It's easy to carry. 3 pounds. It's not bad. I mean, I could take it backpacking, and that's my intent. I may use a lighter tripod just to get by when I'm backpacking and sacrifice some of the image quality. So a couple of things working against me. Small camera, long telephoto lens, small image sensor on the camera, and extreme shake. You've got some problems there. You know, it's working against you, but that's what I chose, and I'm having fun with it. So this case, a little odd. I didn't quite get it at first, but now I'm getting it. The reason I didn't get it is because this kind of sticks out, and that's an odd thing. It's okay, but the tripod ends here and this is sticking out. So what's that all about? I think that idea here is, while you can fold down the head, which I'll show you, you can walk around with the head sticking out also. And again, it just doesn't seem like a tidy package, but what you do is you put this in and it stays there, and you can walk around that way and it's not a nuisance. The other thing I like about this case, it's clear, but it's big enough to fit the tripod. You have to fold the tripod in a certain way, but when you do, it'll fit in here. Much camping gear that I use, like sleeping bags and tents, they come out of the bag and it's really a struggle to get them back in. But let's look at the tripod. It's really a beautiful day here. I was just photographing a sharp-shinned hawk here, which was fantastic. So this weighs 3 ounces. If that's too heavy, well, you can just get rid of that and just use a strap like I made. It's very simple to do. I'll show it to you. Let me just untangle it first. If you want to travel without that extra 3 ounces and bring this down right to 3 pounds or 2.9 pounds, all you do, get yourself some nylon webbing, make a loop on the end, self-constricting loop, and clip it to your tripod, and you have a nice lightweight tripod carry strap. Weighs almost nothing. Okay, so here is the tripod. Checking my battery, make sure the camera is recording. Okay, so this features a couple of things that my prior tripod didn't have. Pretty windy here. Rubber grip, nice for cold weather. Notice that the head folds over, the pan head, and it has to be folded this way to fit in here. You open this up, and you invert the head, and just push it down and lock in. Then you tighten this, and you are good to go. My prior tripod, the legs rotated when you turn these knobs. That was a pain in the neck. This one, you can just grab all the knobs, loosen them all up, tighten them down, and you are in business pretty quickly. The reason I've got this tripod is because my prior Vanguard tripod, which was a lightweight tripod, failed. It had the flip levers on the legs, and it literally fell apart. I lost the part, and that was a problem. So this gets pretty tall. I'm 5'10", and this is reaching me. Now this is unusual. You screw this in, it gives you a chance to, that's why this fits in the bag, because this lever flips over. It has, you know, a vertical control. You can lock vertical with a knob here, and it has a horizontal or pan control, which you can lock also. So very smooth, but when you're out there photographing at 1,000 millimeters and you see some bird and you move this the slightest, which is a huge movement in the finder, you need good control. It uses the Swiss Arca head plate, so you can buy these plates for your camera, or I also use this for a spotting scope. You can buy these plates for anywhere from $7 to up. They all work great. I look for a thumb screw on the bottom, and you just take this, put it in, and you tighten down a lock, and that will keep the camera in there. If it's a little bit loose and it slides forward, there's a pin in here to prevent the camera from falling off. It's sort of a help. I'm warming up to it. You know, at first, a new tripod, had to get used to it. For me, everything is about the portability and the stability. And this tripod is making the grade. It's working fine. So these legs can open all the way out. They also provide you with a stubby head, a stubby piece here. You can press this button on the shaft on the column, take it out, and put on a real short column. It's only about 1 inch long. It has a 1/4 inch thread, and this has a 1/4 inch adapter. The head has a 1/4 inch adapter with it. With those two things, you can put this head on the 1/4 inch, and you can do low level shooting at ground level. Or you can do the old trick of turning the column over and upside down, which, you know, always fun to work with. So, you know, it's got all the features of a good tripod, and it's stable. I'm pretty happy with the stability. I'm hesitant to recommend it because I've only used it for this weekend, but so far I'm pretty pleased with it. At 3 pounds, it's rock solid for what I'm doing. If you have some big blunderbuss camera, maybe this is not for you, but for this lightweight camera, it's doing a great job. The pan head can be purchased, this head alone can be purchased for about $70 or $80. It is it weighs 11 ounces, so if you're looking for a lightweight head for a lightweight camera, this may be an option. I'm buying another one of these heads to put on my other tripod, which is a carbon graphite. It weighs about the same. It's about the same size, and it weighs about the same. It's pretty rigid, has flip legs. I'm thinking that this is going to be more durable over the long haul, but that's a speculation. I don't know for sure. So here's a good look at the up close of the tripod. Here's the pan head. This is the vertical knob, vertical control. The handle has no control. It's just for tilting and, you know, moving. And this is the horizontal lock knob. It's plain, it's simple, it's lightweight. That's all I wanted. This knob locks the Arca Swiss plate in place. You can get any of these Arca Swiss plates. They all fit. They're standard. It's wonderful. Stay away from proprietary tripod heads that have a proprietary lock on them. And of course the camera, which I'm having fun with. I don't want to oversell this. It's a fun camera. It's not an SLR. You know, it's got some trade-offs. You're dealing with a screen on the back. You don't have an enclosed finder. It's not going to produce a shot like a SLR, but you've got a tiny camera in your pocket which weighs 14 ounces with 2 batteries in the case. So it's pretty versatile. You can do a lot with it. So make your choices and have fun. When you're in the field, often, you know, you're walking around with your tripod, and this one's pretty good. You can walk around with it, you know, and not have a problem. Also, you can collapse it, leave the camera on. In this case, the head is not inverted, so maybe that's why the tripod bag allows you to stick out a little bit, that bulge. But I'm going to just fold this up now. One twist for everything. It's quarter turn to lock the legs and unlock them, which is pretty good. Very nice. To use my custom tripod strap here, which just goes, you know, you can make a million variations on this. I started looking at tripod straps and I couldn't believe what people were coming up with. They were pretty complicated. I don't know why people complicate it, but I'm good to go now. So let me get out here and start photographing. It's a beautiful day.